Good evening. Jerry Anderson predicted in Space 1999 that we would be living on the moon in the shape of Martin Landau and his lovely then wife. But what Jerry Anderson failed to predict was this technologically thing that's about to happen now, as we broadcast simultaneously on Radio Norwich and BBC Television 2. That's right, those people who say the pictures are better on radio are no longer mad, because you are about to see local radio. Yes, with one exception. I'll just turn that down. Basically, each time my Norwich listeners get a pop track, you, the national viewers, will instead see a classic comedy clip or something serious from Comic Relief. It's actually very simple. Oh my God. So let's put our national/regional combined technology to the test as the people of Norwich tuck into a double helping of Tin Machine. Apart from viewers nationally, he'll get a bit from goodness gracious me. Sometimes it's a bit. I am
Sport,
Alan.
Travel, farming and weather. Radio Norwich.
I'm Alan Partridge. You're listening, stroke, watching to Radio Norwich, stroke BBC 2. It's Comic Relief Night. Pledge your money, all of it. Only joking, just some of it. To this number, Comic Relief number 0345 460 460. That's the number. Don't ring into Radio Norwich. They're not participating in the charity side. That's their decision. OK, we've got loads going on. Over there in the corner is Charity Charlie.
Hey, Mama Johnny! Come on, get your hands in your pockets!
But it's time for Alan's Fact of the Day. Here we go. There are no plans to reopen the revolving restaurant at the top of London's Post Office Tower. Once again, no plans to reopen the revolving restaurant atop the Post Office Tower. Shame. Let's have another one. There we go. Elton John's real name is Harry Webb. Now, I'm getting a lot of people calling in saying, Alan, can you explain, again, the format of the show? Well, basically, when I'm looking at the camera, I'll be broadcasting nationally and locally. When I turn away to fiddle with records or whatever, listeners to Radio Norwich will get the record. Viewers to BBC 2 will get a Comic Relief insert. It'll be different. So to help, remember these two phrases. Looking at the camera, chat cam same. Looking away, sketch disc diff. There's actually another very simple way to understand it, and that's to have had the decency to listen to what I was saying earlier. Right? And now it's time, if you'll forgive the expression, to run around naked throwing milk bottles at cars as we go deeply dippy. And some information on the teller. Vision. It's Comic Relief Night. The number to ring is 0345 460 460. We've got loads going on here. Later on, I'll be springing a big Kate Bush surprise on you, so listen/watch for that. In the meantime, Carl Douglas, remember him? The man who sung Kung Fu Fighting has rung up with his own recipe called Kung Stew Cooking. You've not thought it through, really. But that's Comic Relief, and on a night like this, there is at least a 30% failure rate on most ideas, and that's accepted. And just a quick retraction, I earlier claimed that Elton John's real name was Harry Webb. We've just had 2 calls from Cliff Richard's management who've asked me to point out that Harry Webb is his real name and not Elton John's. So just to reiterate, Cliff Richards is Gary Webb and not John. Tell you what, I've had an idea for a phone-in. Top of my head. If you have the same name as a famous person or actor, author or sports personality, then give us a call. I'd love to hear from you. Can we do that? No, we can't. Why not? We're not geared up for it. OK, no matter. Phone your mother. Tell him, no matter. We've got a character called Charity Charlie over there in the corner. There, Charity Charlie. Hello, Charlie.
Hello, Buck.
You're going to have to do better than that, Michael. Charlie. What gives, Charlie?
I do.
Thank you, Charity Charlie. Here's Blackadder and Yaz. Blackadder's Rowan Atkinson, the rubber famous man, Bean. In a sketch which tries to find the funny side of the First World War. On occasions, I think, oversteps the mark. Because it's all very well laughing at some chap who trips over his musket and gets a bit of lead shot in his arse. But it's not so funny, suffering from the appalling effects of mustard gas. Sorry about that. I appear to have soured the atmosphere. Bit like mustard gas. See how easy it is to cross the line. So what better way to pay tribute to those who laid down their lives in the First World War than with imagination? Don't know what the clip is. Sorry about all the glitches up till now. Anyone who knows me professionally will know that under pressure my work does suffer. Still a national snot. Slot. Hello. What am I saying? Put your teeth back in, Alan. Oh, all right, there you go. They fell out. Not really, they're not false. I mean, I just said it. This wet is wet. What's wet? Michael, what's wet? Cheeky Charlie, not Charity Michael. What's the... do that thing?
What thing's that?
You know.
All right, aye.
That's the one.
You're right, Miss March.
All right. Ireland's facts of the day. Sheryl Crow used to be a lab technician. The next clip is visual and the music's to pow. Welcome back. All sorted now. Sorry about that earlier. If you're a regular Radio Norwich listener, I'm afraid there's no time to play our phoning competition we normally have this time, Win Your Will. It's actually quite good. I'm explaining this to BBC Two. Basically, people phone in and answer 10 medical questions, and the winner gets a cash sum equivalent to 10% of the amount that they've already bequested in their will. It's a lot of fun for my elder listeners. Anyway, we've got a celebrity in the studio, because we're about to take a ferry to an island called Brian. That's because it's Brian Ferry. And there he is, Brian. Welcome to Norwich and Comic Relief.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore. Now, I suppose someone like you puts paid to the rumour that you can't be cool and be called Brian. In fact, I'd say that as far as famous Brians go, you're up there with Connolly, Adams and Keenan and Brian May. But we're delighted to have you now.
Thanks very much. Very nice to be here.
Now, we all know your contribution to pop iconoclass and neatness in pop, which I know is something you feel very strongly about. But what not many people do know is, and I'll be eternally grateful, because Brian here was the very first person to alert me to Tetters and Peps. Do you remember that? It was in a queue for a domestic flight.
Oh, yeah.
It's fine if you don't remember, Brian, but don't lie. It's comic relief. And you're a big boy now. But actually, you're not actually here on a charitable basis, are you? But like a true Roxy Sport, you've agreed at short notice to come in and be here. Can you tell us why you're in the area?
Well, I've been looking around at some property around here.
Really? Good thing is, you've got the collateral in the bank and you can move now. I'm presumably paying cash, are you?
Well, I hadn't actually thought of it.
Well, it's not my business. Yeah, but the point is, you can if you want. You're like me. And I would say, if you want a bit of advice, use that to your advantage, because there are a lot of people in Norwich, he knows, although he's not a property owner.
Hello there.
This is Michael, by the way. He's, so take your glove off for a second. He's a Geordie, like yourself, where you sort of ironed out the creases. But if you can use your cash advantage, it will really save you a lot of time. I'll tell you who's very good to talk to if you're interested in property. Chris Tarrant.
Oh, yes.
Any big single cash purchase, he is shit hot. I saw him the other day, actually. I said, Chris, who wants to be a millionaire? Not you, you already are one, you big cock. Are you going to be making a donation?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Great. Can I get your chequebook out? Just for a pen. I won't tell the audience what you're writing. You're listening to Alan Partridge and watching it. So, as I say, I won't say the amount. So if I say it will buy you 2 microwave ovens, right? Or 3.5 Dyson vacuum cleaners, which again works because I know you're into neatness.
There you go.
There's one actually put in check card details on the back. Yeah, security.
Check card details.
Yeah. Okay, and a quick fact of the day, the lunar module was made from compressed paper. I think that's made up, actually. I think you've made a mistake there, John. Just initial that. BF. Just ring up and quote your details from one of these. Not this exactly, this is just an example. It's actually a blown-up photocopy of my ex-wife's credit card. It should have specimen written across it, but unfortunately events overtook us. Anyway, there it is, my ex-wife. Might as well chuck in an Alan's fact of the day. Her date of birth, 14th of the 4th, 43, if that's of any use to you, and her mother's maiden name is Parker. The next record postcedes a very special announcement, because you may be interested to hear that next week I am marrying a very handsome lady from Canada. It's not one of those work visa things. The first thing I said to her after I proposed was there's no visa in it. I don't want to be saddled with Mrs. Work Permit Partridge, and she said yes. And as it happens, there is a visa in it. But I can honestly say that for the third time in my life, I am happy. I know one or two individuals who'll be disappointed at that news. Live with it. Let's hear the dedication for my lovely lady, Tony, with an I. It is a lady. I can vouch for that. I mean, I really can, yeah. And if it's not, then it's a bloody good job. In which case, what the heck? Enjoy. It's Mr. Philip Collins, Against All Odds. If you just tuned in nationally, you're watching Alan Partridge on Comic Relief and Stroke, or locally listening to him, Stroke me, on Radio Norwich. Don't cough, Michael. Don't drink of water. I said, not that one, that's mine. Now, do I spy Emperor Dave of the Clifton Galaxy beaming down from his intergalactic pop rocket?
Hello, Alan.
Hello, David Clifton. Just in preparing to take over for his show in a few minutes' time. Where's your red nose, Dave?
Well,
I suppose you need one, do you?
Why not?
You know, because you're drinking.
Yeah, actually, I'd rather leave that in the past, Alan. Actually,
you can laugh about it.
Yeah, well, no, I think you have to, really. I noticed on your car you've got a red nose there, haven't you? Which is it's actually turned pink, hasn't it, really, Alan? Because it's been on there for sort of 3 or 4 years.
Well, stop talking now, Dave, because you aren't asked to participate. So it's not your show, not yet. Anyway, we've got to move on so that there's just time to squeeze in Kate Bush. I don't mean squeeze in to Kate Bush, squeeze into Kate's bush. Sorry, I'm very sorry. I've gone down market there. If any of Kate's friends are listening, please don't tell her. This is her bush, not her bush. Right, welcome back. I'm Alan Partridge. At last I can reveal my big Kate Bush gauntlet, which I'm throwing down now. Right, well, good luck.
They're just hired, mate.
Throw down. Comic Relief don't know about this. It's a little bit of a surprise. If enough people pledge enough money, I will fly to London straight after the show and sing a live Kate Bush medley on BBC One. I've already booked a helicopter, so I'm already £2,000 down, so you'd have to pledge at least that for me to break even. But I'm looking for a lot more than that for Comic Relief. £10,000. £10,000, and I, Alan Partridge, will be a national Kate Bush charity jukebox.
Actually, £10,000, Alan?
Yep.
Comic Relief actually make that in 5 minutes, and it's nothing.
All right, then, 1,500.
Oh, come on, Alan. Come on, make it... What did I hear? That £1,500,000?
No,
Do you know that is £1.5 million,
No.
folks?
You know what I meant, Dave?
£1.5 million! You said not that much!
Don't make it 2 million, I don't care.
Woo! Two!
Make it 1.5. 1.5. I've done that. I've done that again. £1.5 million minus 2,000 for the copter. I need that back. So if you, the British public, and listeners to Radio Norwich, you need this, pledge £1.5 million, I, Alan Partridge, will fly to Television Centre to sing a live Kate Bush medley. Right, that's the end of my little stint. Thank you for watching or listening in the Norwich area. Just time to read this out, as we always do at this time. It's Partridge's Night Owl. It's basically a local listings list. OK, if you're in Dis tomorrow night, Freddie Garrity from Freddie and the Dreamers will be giving a talk on the 60s at St Margaret's Catholic Church from 7 p.m, so pop along and help Freddie remember the 60s. On Sunday at 8 p.m, Cliff Thorburn will be giving an exhibition match at Norwich Town Hall. He'll be taking on members of the public, so go along, maybe show him up. That's it. If Comic Relief have a shred of compassion and you pledge £1.5 million, you can join me on BBC One later, singing Bush. That's it. Something about sound noise, some crap about sound noise, but I can actually... I was brought in a taxi, actually, by this chap, so what's your name?
Peter.
Peter. Do you want to waive the fare for Comic Relief?
No.
No? Sure?
Yeah.
You bugger. Great, let's get on and do the song. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Go on now. Okay, cue the music. We're all alone on the stage tonight. Have we got clear as the copyright? We've been told we're not afraid of you. We should have done that. That should have been done. We know all our lines so well. Aha! Don't respond. We've said them so many times, time and time again. Line and line again. Oh yeah, you're amazing. We think you're incredible. You say we're fantastic, but still we don't head the bill. Technically we do. Whoa, 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 whoa. Unbelievable. Whoa, 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 whoa. Unbelievable. If I only could, I'd make a deal with God. And I'd get him to swap our places. I'm running up that road. I'm running up that hill. No problem. Rolling the ball. Rolling the ball. Rolling the ball to me. Join in. Rolling the ball. Rolling, rolling the ball. Rolling, rolling the ball to... He's here again. The man with the child in his eyes. Heathcliff! It's me, I'm Kathy, I've come home now. It's a let me into your window. Oh, Heathcliff! It's me, I'm Kathy, I've come home now. It's a let me into your window. Oh, don't give up, 'cause you have friends. Don't give up, you're not beaten yet. Don't give up, I know you can make it good. Don't give up, 'cause somewhere there's a place where you belong. Come on, girls, I'm all yours. Babushka, 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 ya-ya. I said all yours. Babushka, 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 ya-ya. Don't forget, it's not just doing the fun. It's for comic relief and well, you know, whatever. Okay. Get the camera off me now. Get the camera off me. Quickly.